Hey guys, it's the Supreme Swordsman here, and today I'm going to be talking about Magi Chapter 3. And I can't lie, I think this has been the funniest chapter so far of this series. It's only the third chapter, but this one was pretty funny. I really enjoyed this chapter. Let's go ahead and talk about it a little bit. Where we start off pretty much, Aladdin and Alibaba make it to the city, and pretty much what's going on is Alibaba and Aladdin are talking, and they end up deciding that they're going to go and go on a dungeon. They're gonna decide to go on a dungeon together. Because pretty much what's happening is, when Alibaba um, sees Aladdin's little genie thing. I don't know exactly what they say what it's called, but I don't really know how to pronounce it right. I'll find that out. But this little genie thing that comes out of his flute, like he's like, hey, this must come from a dungeon. This must be one of those dungeon things, one of the special treasures. So he gets excited. He's like, hey, I'm gonna bring you with me. I'm gonna need your magical power as help. So pretty much he's like, okay, I'm gonna take this little kid with me. And so after that, they decide, yep, we're gonna go. We're gonna go to some dungeons. So you all can tell what's gonna be going on a little bit in the story. You can see how it's going to it's starting to progress a little bit. And so pretty much what happened is, Alibaba goes to talk to like the leader of that village, I guess, or at least the person in charge of him, and he's pretty much saying how hey, man, you're in trouble because all that wine that you wasted, the one who's that wine was going to was actually like this really like high, like high like, important guy pretty much. And he like has slaves, and because of what you did, you're gonna have to work off money, being a slave. But he says, no, I'll be able to pay back the money. I'm going to this dungeon, so I won't have to do that. So that's pretty much what he's planning to do. And then he's like, hi, and he's pretty much like, yeah, I'm gonna bring me and my servant right here to do it. And then his servant, being Aladdin, shows him the little genie thing that he has in his flute. And he was pretty much like, after he said that, Aladdin's face kind of turned down. He looked really sad, and he didn't really know what was going on. He wouldn't really talk much. So after that, they leave, and they're pretty much walking away, and they're like, you know what, okay, we need some supplies, and then we can start going to these dungeons. But pretty much, Aladdin's really sad, and Alibaba's trying to cheer him up, and he's trying to find out what's going on, because he knows that if he decides not to go, that they won't be able to get anything done, because Alibaba needs him to be able to get past these dungeons. Because apparently these dungeons, like, are the type of things where armies go into, and only like one person comes out alive, as what it says. So these things are no joke. These things aren't like this little easy thing. So they're definitely gonna need Aladdin's help in this. So that's really important to get him back on page, find out what's going on. And then what he ends up doing is he brings him to this little like party place, because he remembers on that little ride they had, the little carriage that were in the last chapter, that he was really into girls, and he was really into food. So he brought him to like this strip club kind of place. So I thought it was kind of funny because he looks like a little kid. So the fact that they even let him in there was pretty funny. But it's kind of funny, like this little kid, he's so obsessed with food and girls, and I think it's so funny. And so pretty much like, he's still sad though. He's still like, depressed. And Alibaba was like, hey, what's wrong? I thought bringing you to this place would cheer you up. And he ended up pretty much saying, I'm sad because you said I was a servant. I thought like I thought we were more than just, me being your servant. And he went out and said, oh no, you're my friend. You're my buddy. You're my friend. And then he got all cheery and he said, oh really? And then he went to go, hang out with the girls. And that was so funny because he got like three like really hot girls. And then Alibaba came in, like this huge man looking whatever it was, that was not a female, comes in, and he gets stuck with this like really ugly girl. It's so funny because like all these other guys are having fun with these like really good looking girls, and he's stuck with like this huge monster looking thing. And it's so funny. And I just found it so funny. And then after that, Aladdin's prince like, oh yeah, that was so much fun. I had such a great time, like pretty much. And then we should do that again when we get back from the dungeon. And he's like, no, we're not doing that again. Pretty much, like you see like hit like blood on his face and everything. And it was pretty funny. So it was a pretty funny chapter. But not only was it funny and it made me laugh, but it did have a lot of setup, because now we know where they're heading and what is gonna be in store for them. So I thought it was a pretty good chapter. I actually like this chapter a lot. And so far I'm enjoying this. It's only 3 chapters in, but it has caught my attention so far. And I might be pronouncing some of these names wrong, or some of these things wrong. And I understand that people who are like really big fan of the series won't like that. But I will get better with pronunciations and stuff as I go on and I talk to other people who watch the series and stuff. So please don't hate about that. But that's all I really have, guys. I really like this chapter. Hopefully I'll have another review of chapter 4 out tomorrow. Have a great day, guys. It's the Supreme Swordsman, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.